welcome to this YouTube video. Today I'm going to be sharing with you a short clip from my Get to Know Your Camera course. The reason I'm doing this is to A, give you a little bit of information that is provided in the course for free, but also to give you a little bit of a taste of what my courses are like, what it's like to work with me. If you do want more information on the course, the link is in the description, so make sure you go and check that out. And if you do have any questions, just drop them in the comments here for me. So let's get started. So, photography is the act of capturing light. Exposure is the term used to measure light and how much light we are capturing. A correct exposure is when we have used just the right amount of light, not too much nor too little, to create a pleasing result. What may be pleasing to one person is not always pleasing to another, and therefore photography, just like every other art form, is subjective. So here is some examples of exposure and what is a correct exposure. I took these 5 photos, one straight after the other, and I changed the settings on my camera to change the result that I would be getting. So the first photo is very dark, it's very underexposed. You really can't see much in that image at all. So the second photo is slightly underexposed. It's a little bit better. You can now start to see what the picture is of, but it's a little bit dark. You're losing a lot of the details, especially in the shadow parts of the image. The middle image here, the correctly exposed one, you can see everything is actually looking pretty good. You can clearly see what the picture is of. You can see a bit more detail in the shadow areas, a bit of detail in the highlights as well. Then we move to the slightly overexposed image. You're starting to lose some of that detail up in the sky, especially around the horizon line near where the clouds are. Everything's starting to get a little bit bright, a little bit blown out. And then if you have a look at the very overexposed image, you can barely see those clouds anymore, and the sky has kind of gone from a nice blue color to almost white in places. So again, losing a lot of detail in that image. So the other thing to take into consideration is that light changes constantly, especially natural light. As the sun moves through the sky and gets higher in the sky, it gets brighter, and light moves, light changes throughout the day. We see the greatest change in light around sunrise and sunset, in sort of the 2 hours, 1 hour before sunrise and 1 hour after sunrise, and again 1 hour before sunset and 1 hour after sunset. This is where you get the greatest change in light. So what I've done for these example photos is I actually set up my camera with the settings for a correct exposure at 5:26 in the afternoon, and took a photo of just a flower pot on my garden table, and then I came back every 5 minutes and took another photo without changing my settings. So as you can see, as the time goes on, the photos start to get darker and darker and darker. And then almost an hour after I took that first photo, it's so dark that you really can't see what it was I was taking a picture of. Okay, so that was the clip from my Get to Know Your Camera course. I hope that you found it useful. If you did, make sure you go and check out the full course. Again, the link is in the description for that. I will also be doing some more of these videos as well, so check out the playlist on my YouTube channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next week. Bye bye.